is up, Dish Rags? JJ back here from Run Pure Bets with another free pick for you. This time it's going to be Major League Baseball for Friday, July the 16th. Game's going to be played between the Los Angeles Angels and the Seattle Mariners. Going for the Angels is Andrew Heaney, and for the Mariners, Chris Flexen. Current betting spread is Angels minus 160, total 9. So, look, we're back after the All-Star break, right? Aiming to pick up some steam for the second half. Our live vids last week split overall 4-4 minus some pennies of VIG. That breaks the consecutive winning streak for the live show weekends, I believe at 4 or 5. Look, you guys also know by now we don't give anything really past 135 or minus 135. Most bets are in that plus 105 to minus 115 wheelhouse. So, despite the winning streak not continuing, it wasn't exactly a bad loss, going 4-4, losing some pennies. Either way, these solo vids will aim to improve from a 21-10 plus 10.35 you start. Real quick, before I go into the video, I wanted to keep you guys abreast to a recent dream that I had. Kind of strange. Was it the last night or the night before? I guess the night doesn't matter at this point. But so the dream starts out, right? It's January of this year, so 2021. I don't know the exact date, but I know there was like a huge projector that had January 2021 on it. I'm in a conference room with some government officials right as the COVID vaccine is about to be released. It is in this room where I quickly learned that the vaccine is just a placebo. Now, real quick, relax, you conspiracy theorists. All I'm doing is passing along a dream I had. No need to nail me to a cross for it. Look, I don't care what you think the vaccine is or isn't. I'm just passing along a dream. So anyway, upon finding out the vaccine will just be a placebo, I'm like, so somebody want to fill me in here on why we're giving out a vaccine that's just a placebo? So one of the officials goes, you can't be serious, Abracina, right? I mean, were you not a part of the countless meetings we've had on this? I'm like, no, actually, I haven't been a part of any of these fucking meetings. So it turns out they will be giving out a placebo vaccine and then tracking who they gave it to then follow up with them after. And if any side effects get reported from these people who had this placebo vaccine, these people will be quote-unquote eliminated. Okay? So I start to kind of chuckle, and I'm like, I mean, chill, this isn't like Mortal Kombat. I mean, what are we doing here? What exactly do you mean by eliminated, right? So one of the guys says, I mean, Christ, Abracina, we need to be trimming the herd of all the nut jobs in this country. So if we give out a placebo, certain folks complain of the phantom side effects of it. We don't really need them in this country any longer. So we're going to be driving around in white vans, asking a series of questions to people who got the placebo. They answer the question incorrectly. Into the van they go. So basically it's, hi, is this your name? Did you get the vaccine? And do you have any side effects? Or did you have any side effects? If any side effects get mentioned by these whack jobs that we saw them being told, we are ordered to say, get in the fucking van. Okay? And he then went to explain on that, don't worry, you're going to have plenty of muscle with you to complete this mission. Right? And I'm like, I mean, mission? Relax. I'm out. This shit's just stupid. We're really going to start killing people because they're overreacting to a placebo vaccine. Next thing I know, I'm strapped to the inside of a white van en route to be eliminated. And then I wake up. So now I know dreams sometimes have subconscious meanings. But look, I have no clue what type of shit show of a dream that meant. Regardless, figured I'd share with you. All right, so on to the play here. Going back to the first 5 here, if you will. I haven't laid half run often this season, at least compared to my other bets that I've made. But when I have, it's been fruitful, and this is another plenty juicy spot I like. Angels first 5 minus half a run, minus 115. Got this at DraftKings in New Jersey. I actually like this up to 135. And honestly, I don't expect this to move much, though. I expect decent Seattle money to come in here. So, maybe you could wait on it regardless. I mean, I know I normally often say, oh, good to bet this early. I don't know which direction this truly will move because I do expect Seattle money to play here. But here's why I like the Angels side a lot. Let's start with Andrew Heaney, who hopefully enjoyed this extra time away. He was pitching relatively well up until a few starts ago where the wheels completely fell off. But let's look at who those wheels fell off specifically against, right? The A's, the Giants, the Yankees, the Red Sox. These are all potent lineups, especially against left-handed pitching. Now, the Seattle team that he'll be facing tomorrow or today, depending on the time you're watching tonight, not so much, though. Seattle statistically the worst team in all of baseball versus left-handed pitching. And I know Heaney Had a poor start against Seattle on the road and against this crew early in April or late in April. But I'll call that start an anomaly. It was a weird one. It had errors involved. It was a short outing for him as well. I'll give him a pass for that one. Again, call it an anomaly. Ironically, he was matched up with Chris Flexen there, and this game was practically the same price. In current form, this Mariners lineup is just a wild one to compute versus left-handed pitching. Purest of black holes from the middle to the back. I'm sure they have some pop like Haniger, maybe France. But, I mean, overall numbers on some of these guys are wild. So, yes, while the Angels are also missing some key bats, right, so are the Mariners. Anyway, this is a different lineup. This time around that Heaney will have to navigate through, and a perfect start for him to build some confidence back. Now, Heaney hasn't pitched poorly by any means this season, despite his high ERA. His left on base percentage, 67.9. That should only go up in the second half. His K rate's tremendous, nearly 11 per 9. But has an issue with walks. Over 3 per 9 would mark the second worst season he's had in his career, going back to 2014. There are some also red flags relative to his line drive rate and his low soft contact rate. But again, he has a soft matchup here, which can get him back on track. A 3-pitch guy whose velocity's been fine. So the drop in production, to me, is more about location. He's been in a prime spot. He's in a prime spot here that'll pile up Ks and pitch well. Like anything else, though, if his location's off in this start, it will be tough sledding. I'll assume he'll relatively be all right, though. Now on to Chris Flexen, who's seen the Angels twice this season. Recently just went 7 shutout against them. He's actually looked really good for the last month. I mean, yielding just 5 runs over 32-plus innings of work. All these starts except Toronto were at home, and in that lone start against Toronto, which was his worst of his last 5 appearances, gave up 3 earned. He has some crazy home road splits, which really just cannot get looked past. Home ERA of 1.76. Road ERA of 6.97. Always been a reverse splits guy in terms of being better versus lefties than righties. But it's important here as well, right? Because the Angels are plenty filled at right-handed bats. He's actually given up less than 3 runs just once out of his 6 road starts. And his advanced numbers in those starts are even uglier. While Flexen will aim to build on his recent shutout, 7-inning shutout innings against the Angels, you simply can't ignore these glaring numbers for him on the road. That last start, of course, was in Seattle. As for lineups, as mentioned, both teams are dealing with injuries. The Angels may have some bigger names, as in Trout, Rendon, and Upton. But the Mariners just don't have the quality of backups the Angels do. So despite the injuries, the Angels have still scored 3 runs or more in 14 of their last 15 games. This team rarely goes ice cold with the sticks. Much of this, of course, can be attributed to Ohtani. But this team can poke up and down. And again, they're primarily right-handed bats, and Flexen does struggle with right-handed bats specifically. Now, meanwhile, this Mariners lineup versus left-handers is just filled with weaker bats. They're likely going to bat 4 left-handers. And look, versus Heaney, and these righties aren't exactly scary either. So Heaney gets to see 4 left-handed arms against him being lefty. His advanced numbers aren't like crazy good against left-handed pitching. It's not like he's one-sided splits. His numbers overall aren't great versus righties or lefties. But again, he hasn't exactly had the fortune of getting to draw a lineup like this one. No one on this Mariners team is slugging 500, and nearly half the lineup is slugging less than 400, and the averages are nothing to write home about either. No need for me to go into the bullpens here, as if pens are being used, it's likely is a winner or a loser based on which pen entered early. Weather's no impact on this bet. Weather has no impact on this bet, so I'm not going to mention that either. All in all, I get the better arm here in Heaney, who draws the much worse lineup. Flexen just shut down the Halos, but this was at home, and he has some serious one-sided splits, as I mentioned. He's a different arm on the road. His Angels lineup, even without some big names, is still quite potent. In April, these two teams met, with both rosters being healthier, bats-wise. This line was nearly the same. Now this game's in Los Angeles, and the line barely moves. Look, I'll happily take that extracted value. And Flexen's getting too much love here as an underdog at this price. Could have a little to do with how recently he pitched against this team, but I'm happy to lay the half run here with the Angels. So again, Angels first 5 minus 0.5 runs. Got this at minus 115 in DraftKings in New Jersey. May the odds be ever in our favor. I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Create some fake accounts more. Thumbs up. If you did not enjoy, I hope you wake up with slash tires. As always, drop comments below your thoughts on the play and on the video. Let me know who you're betting for tomorrow's slate. You guys always know the comment section. Warm water. And I also always get back to you guys, so don't be shy. And it's been a while, so you can pop in and say hello. We'll have content lined up on the channel all weekend. MLB, NBA, UFC, NASCAR. Spread Tyler, DFS crew have you covered for NBA. We'll have live shows in MLB this weekend as always. Jay will have you covered in NASCAR, UFC. Joey's going to have an interview, a UFC fighter on as well for UFC. And look, my dad also popped up out of hibernation and said he wants to do the show with us on Sunday with Joey and Holden, so that could be fun. We will see, though. But either way, I'll see you guys again on Saturday for the solo live show at 12 p.m. and then Sunday as well. Until then, be sure to gamble responsibly, stay safe, and thanks again for watching.